Hey everyone, it's Try here. Everything looks nice and normal and pleasant from here. But we turn over here and oh my gosh. So I just finished editing the SCART and component switchers episode, and Extron switcher is in there too. And it's been a while since I did anything like this. I did a Super Nintendo Aftermath episode, well, Patreon vlog, way back. That was a while ago at this point, like a year and a half at least. And so I thought I made a pretty bad mess making this episode, so I thought I'd show it off. I don't intend for this to be long. This is just going to be a fun little uncut thing. You can see, hopefully you've seen the episode by now. As of the time I'm recording this, I have not even watched the final render myself. It's showing 53 minutes left. That timer's been going down slow. But yeah, so it's actually not that bad that I have ended up doing this episode, because I'm planning to do a big setup revamp in the near future. Originally, Corey was going to do this episode, but we realized that if we didn't want to push back the mini documentary that he's working on now, and the Saturn RGB episode, if we wanted to get to the Switchers episode anytime soon, I was going to have to be the one to do it, because I didn't really have anything on my plate at the time. But it actually worked out for the best because, I've had to pull out a lot of my systems. Back here where I normally keep the G-SCARTs, I obviously had to pull them out, had to pull out most of my SCART cables, and, I had to screw up my component setup a lot. But it's okay, because I'm planning to completely revamp this. This long unit here that has PlayStation on top and Nintendo underneath, I'm planning to move that over here. And then this table, I was using that kind of as a work table. Originally it was over here where this pile of wires is, but then that was honestly kind of just in the way, so I started working on the floor. But that table was normally over here with the Xbox consoles on it. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave gimbal. I'm going to move, like I said, that over there, and then next to it will be that table. I'm going to put the Sega consoles on the table, and then the two stands that have the PVMs on them, I'm going to kind of move over into this corner. And then this IKEA unit, I'm going to turn it on its side so it's 2 tall and 4 wide instead of 4 tall. I'm going to turn it on its side and put it in front of the window where I'll put the Xbox consoles, and I'll have room for some more things. The one with the drawers on it, I think I'm going to move this one into the bedroom. But, yeah, so big mess. There's a G-SCART. There's a band ridge. There's a band ridge. There's a Framemeister. Controllers. Systems all over the place. But finally it's over. It's finally over, and I'll get to revamp my setup the way I want to. So all in all, it's going to be good. One benefit of what I'm planning to do too, it's actually going to be kind of nice because the Sega systems are over here. And when I get my PC Engine back from Voultar, it was going to go down there too. My Dreamcast is, I don't know, it wandered off somewhere over there. But now I'm going to put all those systems on that table, which will go here, and that will actually move all of my analog systems much closer. So whereas before they had to reach from analog over here and analog over here to G-SCART back there, it was a very, very long reach for some systems. I'm actually a little worried that I could have strained some of the cables a little more than I should have. But yeah, so I was going to have to pull all my stuff out anyway, so, you know, what the heck? Why not make a mess? Maybe we'll stream parts of revamping my setup like we did that one time that I rewired everything. It's all meaningless now. You know, I gotta tell you, I am madder than heck that, well, I got over it, but, you know, I got Persona 5 day one, and I was kind of hoping to have this episode done before then, but obviously that didn't happen, but I cannot wait to start that tonight. So I'm gonna binge on that hard. I think I've earned it. I've kind of got my next probably 3 or so episodes sort of planned out. And I like up through about July or August, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I've kind of got enough time to sort of take it easy for a little while. Mostly during the production, I got some boxes and bubble wrap and stuff. I store that kind of packing material in my unfinished area in there, but I just couldn't do it. Not while I was working on this. But thankfully, this area mostly avoided the wrath of the episode. I've got a few things I need to put away there. I got this at the Habitat for Humanity thrift store a few weeks ago. I was really happy with that. This little VHS stand, and I found a few VHS tapes. They have VHS tapes there for 25 cents. I also found this, which is one of those like playable VHS things. I don't really know a lot about it. I think you were supposed to have some toys that like reacted to maybe flashes on screen, kind of like Rob, but I'm not really clear on the details of it. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw this there and I'm like, well, I can't, this is like a game thing. I can't not buy that. I've really been in a VHS mood since Corey finished that VHS episode. Really, I just needed somewhere because I was running out of room where I had my game VHS tapes, and I brought those to Corey's when we were traveling for the mini documentary that, I don't know, maybe by the time you watch this, maybe he'll have even been able to announce what it is. But I brought these back, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these? So I stopped by the thrift store and got that nice little unit. So in the studio room, I just while the thing is rendering downstairs, I just got done with shooting a thumbnail image that I hope I'm going to leave everything set up there just in case the thumbnail image doesn't work the way I want it to. I got this at the thrift store too, this little stand. The top is in really rough shape, but it was $5. Just sort of putting some extra systems there, and put the PlayStation 3D TV, which is pretty nice, on it. Hello, there's me with the gimbal. Woo. Yeah, and then there's a few more switchers on the floor here. So it just ended up being a big mess. I cannot wait to... I'm sort of torn right now because part of me is like, oh, I really want to just do nothing but play Persona 5. Then another part of me is like, I have got to get this cleaned up now or else I can't stand it anymore. But, you know, I mean, this episode really, you know, it was a long time coming. And we originally, when we first got, this is the powered band ridge here, but we originally got some of the unpowered band ridges. Had some issues with them, but once we got sorted out, you know, we're like, hey, these are good. And then this is the newer G-SCART, but I got my older G-SCART. And then they weren't available for a long time. And it was kind of the same thing with the band ridges. They kind of disappeared from online. So we're like, well, we've got SCART switchers. People are asking us questions about SCART switchers. But we don't want to make an episode about stuff that people like. Can't be like, oh, here's this thing that we like, but you can't really buy it now. So it feels like finally now is the right time to have done it. And, you know, it's so much of it is really thanks to Patreon, people who support us like you, because we got to, the only two things that were sent to us as review units were the Hydra and at Corey's, he's got the G-SCART Lite. But everything else, you know, the both of my G-SCARTs, the G-Comp, the Extron units, I mean, all of that stuff was stuff that we bought. And it is not likely that we would have been able to go out of our way to get some of those things if we couldn't mark them up as, you know, expenses in the name of making thorough material on the channel. And so, and of course also the automatic band ridges and the Selecti that Corey borrowed several months ago, those were loaned to us by people who support us. So we're just really appreciative of all that. And yeah, I guess that's about all for now. But, you know, I know I'm not exactly the best ad-libber, best talking off the cuff, but let me, you know, this is easy to do. You know, this is sort of something I can do while I'm waiting for a video to render or something. You know, let me know if y'all like listening to me ramble about crap like this. If not, it's really easy to do. And if you hate it, you know, let me know. We'll do more interesting things for our Patreon bonus videos. We just like to do these. I mean, they're just fun little things to do, that mostly things that don't really take much effort to do, but just things that we want to do and want to share with people, but we don't feel is something that is appropriate to put on our channel as main content. We don't want people to think that we're putting up something simple like this as a proper episode, but it's something we'd like to share with some people. So anyway, I will see you all later.